radial road is 6.7 kilometers in length, packing a fantastic scenic punch into that distance, with most of it in the final 3.5 kilometers of the descent on the eastern side of the mountain. The pass starts at the intersection of the M65, which is the coastal road from Cape Point to Kommetjie, and the M66, which is Radial Road's official route designation. It plays host to one of Cape Town's favorite long-distance road running races, the 36-kilometer-long Radial Race. The road contains over 30 corners, bends and curves, which include no less than 6 hairpin bends, 4 of which occur on the eastern side. Allow space on the hairpin for bigger vehicles, which will require the entire width of the road to negotiate these bends. Despite the extreme bends, the gradients are actually quite reasonable at 1 in 14 along the steepest part of the pass. The road begins ascending immediately through the first hairpin bend, passing an informal settlement on the left-hand side of the road. It rises in altitude from 108 meters to 263 meters at the summit, which is at Mount Pleasant, where large naval buildings stand guard over Simonstown down below. As the road sweeps through the second hairpin bend, lovely views open up over Scarborough and the Atlantic Ocean on the left. The ascent is only 2.5 kilometers long, and other than the 2 hairpins, most of the other corners are fairly mild. Near the western start of the pass, there's always an extensive display of African art and curios on display and for sale. Many of these artists are from Zimbabwe and further north and reside in the adjacent informal settlement. From the summit point, the gradient is fairly gentle as the sweep of False Bay comes into view. This central plateau section lasts for just over 1 kilometer, where a blue building comes into view on the right-hand side of the road. Immediately after this building, there's a spacious view site offering excellent views of Simonstown and the harbour, as well as a large portion of False Bay with a unique Roman rock lighthouse being clearly visible. For more than 2 centuries, Simonstown has been an important naval base and harbour, first for the Royal Navy and now the South African Navy. The town was named after Simon van der Stel, an early governor of the Cape Colony. The mountain rises steeply from near the water's edge, and the picturesque village is boxed in along the shoreline by the heights above. The harbour itself is not a particularly good natural harbour, and it's protected from swells by a breakwater that was built with thousands of huge blocks of sandstone quarried out of the face of the mountain above. After the view site, the road now sweeps into the first of 4 extremely sharp hairpin bends. Another tar road leads off to the left, which goes to one of the old World War II disused gun batteries. The next 1.5 kilometers, which heads in a southerly direction, offers some of the finest views of the entire pass. Watch your speed along here, as the road gets quite narrow in places and there are some surprisingly sharp corners. The authorities have provided at least 4 good, safe laybys to stop and enjoy the views. Keep a lookout for cyclists, baboons and pedestrians. Boulders Beach is located a few kilometers to the south of Simonstown in the direction of Miller's Point. Here, small coves with white sandy beaches and calm shallow water are interspersed between boulders of Cape granite. There's been a colony of African penguins at Boulders Beach since 1985. There's no record of the birds having lived here prior to that date, so their decision to settle in an area already well utilized by humans is remarkable. There are only 3 penguin populations on the mainland in southern Africa. The others are close to Hermanus at Stony Point, and the third one at Betty's Bay. Another interesting place to visit in Simonstown is the Martello Tower. In the last weeks of 1795 or the first weeks of 1796, the British built a round tower on a site that today falls within the naval base. Britain had just annexed a Dutch colony at the Cape of Good Hope and wanted to establish some defences to ward off possible Dutch or French attacks. The resulting tower was 26 feet high, had a base diameter of 42 feet, and the walls were 6 feet thick. There is no evidence that the British ever installed the guns that the tower was designed to hold. In front of the tower, the British also constructed a battery that they did arm with cannons. The tower was used as a navigational beacon for ships entering Simon's Bay and was subsequently whitewashed in about 1843. The tower was fully restored in 1972 by the Simonstown Historical Society in conjunction with the South African Navy and proclaimed a provincial heritage site, and today it houses a small museum. The pass ends at this intersection at 10 meters above sea level.